Today we're at the Future Food booth, and I'm here with Maria, who's the Product Innovation Manager with Future Food, which is based in Brazil. And so, Maria, tell us a little bit about this product. You have a plant-based beef, pork, and tuna,
yes.
Right? Chicken and tuna.
Yeah, so today we are serving 4 different items. We have here plant-based meat, beef, also the chicken and tuna. So here we have the meatball and the burger as the beef option. And the company is originated from Brazil, and we are present right now in more than 30 countries already, and just launching here in the US.
That's fantastic. So this, we have a lot of plant-based competition in the US now. Tell us what makes this product a little bit different, and it's soy-based, right? It's soy, peas, and beans?
And chickpeas.
Yes.
And chickpeas. So we have 3 sources of proteins. Pea, chickpea, and soy, and we are vertically integrated. So we have our own facility in Brazil, which makes it easier and faster to innovate. And we also have cleaner labels, less ingredients, less sodium, and our price is more affordable as well versus the competition.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. And this is GMO free.
GMO free, 100% vegan, halal, kosher. So yeah, 100% non-GMO.
I am here with Alec Frisch, who is with Georgia Pacific GP Pro, and we are going to be talking about what's new and more sustainable about the products that they have at the show this year. So, Alec, tell me a little bit about what we've got in terms of at least paper cups.
Certainly.
To start.
So, we are launching a 100% recycled fiber paper hot cup, as well as plates and bowls. And so it's 100% post-consumer fiber, and they are all recyclable.
So what makes this, a very sustainable product is the idea that you're creating more of a market for recycled goods. So
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And what it's enabling us to do is to have a closed loop.
Right.
So that we take old corrugate, a lot of different paper, process it in the paperboard, and then we're forming cups.
And is it also recyclable? I mean, can this go in the recycling bin?
Yes, as long as a recycling facility accepts food contact products, then yes, it can be.
Okay, and so there's no added PFAS in this product. I'm not going to say the chemical. PFAS is the chemical that a lot of restaurant operators are now looking to get out of their product line. But so explain a little bit about that. We can't say PFAS free entirely because it is kind of ubiquitous.
Yeah, so the important thing is that we do not intentionally add PFAS to the product.
Right.
And we as Georgia Pacific have taken PFAS out of all of our products, so it is not in any of them now.
Yeah, okay. All right, and so you've got a few other things to show us too about how restaurants can reduce their plastic.
Yes,
so
yes,
show us
I would
what else
love
you got.
to show you over here. So we have launched an automated beverage sealing machine, and the beauty of this, if you think of to-go as well as delivery, lots of challenges with snap-on lids popping off, so it spills, it's not tamper evident, and what we've launched then is an automated sealing machine, and the concept is that we, in very short order, we shrink film around a cup. Now, it uses 60% less plastic than a snap-on lid, and if you look at a case of the product, we have 5,000 lids are in this case. 5,000 snap-on lids would take up a space of about this big. What that enables us to do is a much smaller cube, so it saves for storage and it takes trucks off the road.
Right, so
really
reducing emissions.
Yes.
There's an emission reduction here.
Yep.
So, and what's interesting about these lids too is that you can poke a straw through. There's a little.
Exactly right. It's pre-perfed.
Yeah.
So it works for a straw and it doesn't leak.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I have C. Briganti here from LOLIWARE, which is a company that manufactures a seaweed pellet that is hopefully going to be a plastic alternative, something that will be a little bit more sustainable, a little easier on the planet and the ocean in
Absolutely.
particular. C, tell us about what this is.
Thanks so much for stopping by today, Lisa. I'm C. Briganti, and I'm the founder and chief executive officer of LOLIWARE, and our mission is to advance the planet towards a plastic-free future.
And how? So basically you guys are taking
So essentially we take ocean farmed seaweed, which you can see right here, and we transform it into the world's first seaweed pellet technology to replace plastic at scale. This seed technology pellet flows through existing plastic equipment and can create these beautiful seaweed straws, which is also the world's first seaweed straw to replace plastic at scale. The straw is certainly just the beginning. We are developing utensils this year, and then we'll move into a licensing model next year, Lisa, where any manufacturer in the world can adopt seaweed and essentially swap plastic for seaweed.
And what makes it sustainable is not only the fact that you have something that is compostable, right? So the product
Absolutely
itself,
home compostable and ocean safe. Degrades in the ocean in less than 2 months.
but it's also about the processing. So that it uses less emissions than
So essentially,
plastic.
as seaweed grows in the ocean, it's capturing a ton of carbon from the atmosphere and from the oceans. So seaweed is a climate change fighting hero. And then we're replacing plastic. So we're targeting single-use plastic. And so LOLIWARE is fighting climate change in 2 key ways: by supporting seaweed and by replacing plastic.
And there's another product that's an algae cup. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, it's really cool because our first NRA show was in 2018 when we launched our first ever seaweed cup. This year, we're launching the straw fully scaled at hundreds of millions per year. And then in October, we'll launch the first ever seaweed utensil set. So look out for that next year.
We're here at the NOVOLEX booth, and I have Ian Jacobson, who is president of the Eco Products Division for NOVOLEX, and there's a new product line this year, Ian, I want you to tell us about. This is Vanguard.
Yeah, we're excited to be back at NRA this year after a year or 2 off, what feels like. But we're excited to be able to show our new Vanguard line of molded fiber. Vanguard is a proprietary grease resistance solution for molded fiber that's compliant with the new Biodegradable Products Institute standards for compostability. It provides performance without the use of fluorinated chemistries. And again, from a sustainability standpoint, this is an important movement in terms of where things are going from a waste diversion standpoint, also being compliant. So it's delivering composters a product that they can feel confident will work in their system without added chemistries of concern that may or may not be persistent in the pile.
So what you mean are no added PFAS, which is the forever chemicals that I think people are talking about now and are being banned in a lot of states.
That's right. North American PFAS is agreed to be phased out by the end of 2023. And then throughout the booth, you'll find no PFAS added solutions from throughout NOVOLEX's offering, whether that's paper bags, we have lidded containers, and again, a full array of molded fiber.
And so the compostability applies to the plastic-like tops too, as well. Is that
that's
right?
correct. We do tops in two different substrates. We'll either do it out of post-consumer recycled content, which will be able to withstand higher heat, and then we'll also do it out of PLA, which is a corn-based compostable plastic that also is commercially compostable and BPI certified.
Commercially compostable, you're saying. So
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are a lot of regions that don't accept food service packaging, but you're saying BPI certified, so that means it meets the new standards that have come into play.
That's correct. And one of the keys from our perspective is making sure we're matching the right local resources from a waste diversion standpoint to the right product.
Yeah.
It's one of the things we take a lot of pride in. So yes, commercially compostable where accepted is the key.
I'm here at WHEYWARD Spirits, which is with Emily Darchuk, who is going to tell us about this new spirit, not gin or vodka necessarily, but please explain what this is.
Yeah, thanks so much for visiting us. So our company is called WHEYWARD Spirit, and we actually upcycle excess whey from the dairy industry and prevent food waste in the process. So we're using this whey instead of a grape agave, and instead of making a traditional vodka, gin, or rum, we're really focusing on creating a really beautiful, sippable, versatile flavor profile with that that has these great oaky hints. It's probably most akin to maybe a fine Blanco tequila, or Danny Meyer even described it as like vodka and sake having a baby. So it's definitely something to stop by and experience and
I love that.
Taste all the ways to venture wayward.
And this is alcoholic, right? So this is...
Yeah, no, we really want to be that partner behind your bar. We're 80 proof, 40% alcohol. We're that 1 to 3 ounce pour in your cocktail, but we're also, that flavor and that profile that you can savor on the rocks or just with a twist of lemon. And that's what we're really trying to showcase at the show today a little bit, and tell a food waste story, which is great for sustainability.
Well, and so describe the sustainability aspect, because what you're doing is you're taking a byproduct from milk processing, basically. Mm-hmm. So tell me how that works and how it's distilled.
Yeah, so the easiest way to think about it is party started.
Yeah.
The easiest way to think about it is Little Miss Muffet. You have your curds and your whey, and we're taking that excess whey and we're using the nutrients within that to actually feed the yeast and do our fermentation. We're focusing on creating a great flavor profile and then doing our distillation in a way that helps concentrate and that refine that. So we're not adding any flavors or additives with it. We're really just focusing on giving that byproduct its highest and best use and adding value to the alcohol industry and really connecting you to where your food comes from. So we're definitely a farm to flask spirit, which is pretty cool to share.
I have Justin Hazelton,
Hey there, how are you?
who is with ELECTRAMECCANICA, based in Southern California,
Absolutely.
who is going to show us a delivery vehicle that is all electric. It has about a 100-mile range. And so, Justin, tell me a little bit about this opportunity.
Alrighty guys, so this is our solo cargo here. This is obviously optimal for delivery. It is an all-electric vehicle. It is classified as a motorcycle in the state of California and the rest of the U.S.
Interesting.
You do not need a motorcycle license to drive it, just a standard driver's license. It is street and highway legal. You are looking at a 100-mile range on a full charge. Top speed is 80 miles an hour. It's going to come with all the standard creature comforts that any normal car will have. You're looking at AC, heated seat, backup camera, Bluetooth, as well as a cup holder.
Very important.
Obviously optimal for delivery. You have a hatchback here where you're looking at approximately 12 cubic feet of space, and it kind of fits a whole lot of a very underserved niche in the market. So we see ourselves between micromobility and sedans, right in between that mix. So micromobility being e-scooters, bikes, and then you also have sedans. So this is smack dab in the middle. So a great marketing tool for your business as well. And then obviously it's sustainable. With gas prices at an all-time high, you don't have to stop at the gas tank, and you just fill up and you just charge it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you said 100 miles on a charge. This is something that that someone would have to have a charger at their restaurant to be able to, keep this on the go.
Actually, no. So this actual vehicle is capable of charging on a 110 and a 220 volt outlet.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so
Correct.
they can use just a regular
Correct.
plug-in outlet.
Correct.
Yeah.
And on a 110 charger, it's going to take approximately 8 to 10 hours to charge. But if you have a 220 outlet or a standard like dryer outlet, it's going to take approximately 2.5 to 3 hours to get to a full charge, and that's from zero.
Yeah.
So very hyper efficient.
I know a lot of electric cars that can regenerate, the engines regenerate when you brake, for example.
Correct.
Is that something that this
Correct.
will do?
So we do offer regenerative braking. However, it is not as strong as you would see in the traditional vehicles. It's at about a 6 to 7% regenerative braking rate. So you won't feel that it actually pull and stop for you. It's just very minimal. But with the 100-mile range and the battery size, it's very optimal for its class of vehicle.
And then in terms of parking, if it has a motorcycle status, does that mean you can park in a motorcycle space? Or?
Absolutely. You can park in a motorcycle space. Now, I can tell you motorcyclists might get upset.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
as you can see, there's a motorcycle plate on the back of it. So it's classified as a motorcycle. Therefore, you can get motorcycle parking.
Something to consider, though, about the other
Absolutely.
motorcycles out there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So Lisa, I got to spend the past 2 days hanging out with you at the National Restaurant Association show. So first of all, thank you for letting me tag along. But now I want to know, what are some of your biggest takeaways from this year's show?
Well, we saw some really interesting things, actually, and I was looking for sustainability, which is a huge issue now, and we saw one of the things that impressed me the most was a seaweed pellet that is designed to replace plastic. So it works in a plastic manufacturing, same sort of manufacturing setting that you would create anything, a straw, a cup, that sort of thing. But it uses, seaweed is sustainable in the sense that it's raising seaweed, which is taking carbon out of the ocean, and it is the production of the eventual plastic straw or cup or whatever it will be. It uses a lot less in terms of emissions. So, and you're replacing plastic, which is an oil-based product. So that was something that really gave me a lot of hope.
Can I ask you a silly question?
Sure.
Being that it's seaweed, is it edible?
It is actually fully edible, and this product is fully compost, even backyard compostable, which means that it has no chemicals that would prevent you from putting this back into the soil, and it's overall a beneficial product, I think. And as a straw, it worked really well. It was a really good, sturdy straw, so I was very impressed.
Lisa, thank you so much for your time here, and once again for letting me hang out with you the past couple days. And you've been watching Takeaways from NRA.